इतिहास के हर पन्ने की शुरुआत होती है सपनों से। सपने जो सिर्फ आंखों में नहीं होते, वो मिट्टी में, मेहनत में, नींव में होते हैं। आज हम उसी नए कल की नींव रख रहे हैं जिसके लिए हम तैयार हैं। जिस तरह हम हमेशा तैयार रहे उन सपनों की नींव के लिए जो सालों पहले रखी गई। जब भारत आजाद हुआ, सबने एक साथ कहा, अब सपनों को सच करना है। और दालमिया भारत ने कहा,
हम तैयार हैं।
फिर 1948 में महानदी को दिशा देने की बात हुई। जब भारत को हीराकुड की नींव चाहिए थी, हमने फिर कहा,
हम तैयार हैं।
हर वो सपना जो भारत के कल को आकार देने वाला था, सफर को आसान बनाने से लेकर नए रास्तों को खोलना, विद्यासागर सेतु, गांधी सेतु, धामरा पोर्ट जैसी जिम्मेदारियां हमारे कंधों पे आई और हम तैयार रहे उसे उठाने के लिए। आगे की ओर कदम बढ़ते चले, नए सपने देखे गए। जब इंडियन स्कूल ऑफ माइंस, नालको, रोरकेला स्टील प्लांट जैसे उद्योगों की निर्माण की बात हुई, तब हमेशा की तरह हमने कहा, सालों साल, पीढ़ी दर पीढ़ी हम भारत को नई ऊंचाई तक पहुंचाते रहे। देश ने कहा, नए जमाने की सोच चाहिए, हर मोड़ पे भरोसा चाहिए। हमने हर बार कहा,
आमरा प्रस्तुत आछे।
नए युग के भारत ने आने वाली कल की रफ्तार पकड़ी, नए तकनीकों को अपनाया, नई ऊंचाइयों की ओर उड़ान भरी। सस्टेनेबिलिटी हो या डिजिटाइजेशन, एविएशन हो या रिफाइनरी, भारत ने अपनी दिशा तय की और हमने भी उस रफ्तार के साथ कदमों से कदम मिलाए। और फिर एक बुलंद आवाज उठी,
हम तैयार हैं।
आज यहां सिर्फ सीमेंट नहीं बनता, यहां कल का भरोसा तैयार होता है। हर बैग में सिर्फ मजबूती नहीं, एक वादा छुपा होता है और हर उस वादे के लिए
हम तैयार बाने।
चाहे फ्लाई ऐश मैनेजमेंट हो या सोलर इरिगेशन, चाहे हस्तकला हो या अन्नदाता के खेत, जब भी देश ने प्रगति की बात की, हमने बार बार सिर्फ एक बात कही,
हमें प्रस्तुत आछो।
आज मैं वहीं खड़ा हूं जहां से ये सब शुरू हुआ, उसी पहली नींव पर जो कहती है, दालमिया भारत हमेशा तैयार है। भारत के हर सपने के साथ कदमों से कदम मिलाने के लिए, कल, आज और हमेशा। क्योंकि जहां सपने हैं, वहां मैं हूं दालमिया सीमेंट। इतिहास के हर पन्ने की शुरुआत होती है सपनों से। सपने जो सिर्फ आंखों में नहीं होते, वो मिट्टी में, मेहनत में, नींव में होते हैं। आज हम उसी नए कल की नींव रख रहे हैं जिसके लिए हम तैयार हैं। जिस तरह हम हमेशा तैयार रहे उन सपनों की नींव के लिए जो सालों पहले रखी गई। जब भारत आजाद हुआ, सबने एक साथ कहा, अब सपनों को सच करना है। और दालमिया भारत ने कहा,
हम तैयार हैं।
फिर 1948 में महानदी को दिशा देने की बात हुई। जब भारत को हीराकुड की नींव चाहिए थी, हमने फिर कहा,
हम तैयार हैं।
हर वो सपना जो भारत के कल को आकार देने वाला था, सफर को आसान बनाने से लेकर नए रास्तों को खोलना, विद्यासागर सेतु, गांधी सेतु, धामरा पोर्ट जैसी जिम्मेदारियां हमारे कंधों पे आई और हम तैयार रहे उसे उठाने के लिए। आगे की ओर कदम बढ़ते चले, नए सपने देखे गए। जब इंडियन स्कूल ऑफ माइंस, नालको, रोरकेला स्टील प्लांट जैसे उद्योगों की निर्माण की बात हुई, तब हमेशा की तरह हमने कहा, सालों साल, पीढ़ी दर पीढ़ी हम भारत को नई ऊंचाई तक पहुंचाते रहे। देश ने कहा, नए जमाने की सोच चाहिए, हर मोड़ पे भरोसा चाहिए। हमने हर बार कहा,
आमरा प्रस्तुत आछे।
नए युग के भारत ने आने वाली कल की रफ्तार पकड़ी, नए तकनीकों को अपनाया, नई ऊंचाइयों की ओर उड़ान भरी। सस्टेनेबिलिटी हो या डिजिटाइजेशन, एविएशन हो या रिफाइनरी, भारत ने अपनी दिशा तय की और हमने भी उस रफ्तार के साथ कदमों से कदम मिलाए। और फिर एक बुलंद आवाज उठी,
हम तैयार हैं।
आज यहां सिर्फ सीमेंट नहीं बनता, यहां कल का भरोसा तैयार होता है। हर बैग में सिर्फ मजबूती नहीं, एक वादा छुपा होता है और हर उस वादे के लिए
हम तैयार बानी।
चाहे फ्लाई ऐश मैनेजमेंट हो या सोलर इरिगेशन, चाहे हस्तकला हो या अन्नदाता के खेत, जब भी देश ने प्रगति की बात की, हमने बार बार सिर्फ एक बात कही,
हमें प्रस्तुत आछो।
आज मैं वहीं खड़ा हूं जहां से ये सब शुरू हुआ, उसी पहली नींव पर जो कहती है, दालमिया भारत हमेशा तैयार है। भारत के हर सपने के साथ कदमों से कदम मिलाने के लिए, कल, आज और हमेशा। क्योंकि जहां सपने हैं वहां मैं हूं दालमिया सीमेंट। इतिहास के हर पन्ने की शुरुआत होती है सपनों से। सपने जो सिर्फ आंखों में नहीं होते, वो मिट्टी में, मेहनत में, नींव में होते हैं। आज हम उसी नए कल की नींव रख रहे हैं जिसके लिए हम तैयार हैं। जिस तरह हम हमेशा तैयार रहे उन सपनों की नींव के लिए जो सालों पहले रखी गई। जब भारत आजाद हुआ, सबने एक साथ कहा, अब सपनों को सच करना है। और दालमिया भारत ने कहा,
हम तैयार हैं।
फिर 1948 में महानदी को दिशा देने की बात हुई। जब भारत को हीराकुड की नींव चाहिए थी, हमने फिर कहा,
हम तैयार हैं।
हर वो सपना जो भारत के कल को आकार देने वाला था, सफर को आसान बनाने से लेकर नए रास्तों को खोलना, विद्यासागर सेतु, गांधी सेतु, धामरा पोर्ट जैसी जिम्मेदारियां हमारे कंधों पे आई और हम तैयार रहे उसे उठाने के लिए। आगे की ओर कदम बढ़ते चले, नए सपने देखे गए। जब इंडियन स्कूल ऑफ माइंस, नालको, रोरकेला स्टील प्लांट जैसे उद्योगों की निर्माण की बात हुई, तब हमेशा की तरह हमने कहा, सालों साल, पीढ़ी दर पीढ़ी हम भारत को नई ऊंचाई तक पहुंचाते रहे। देश ने कहा, नए जमाने की सोच चाहिए, हर मोड़ पे भरोसा चाहिए। हमने हर बार कहा,
आमरा प्रस्तुत आछे।
नए युग के भारत ने आने वाली कल की रफ्तार पकड़ी, नए तकनीकों को अपनाया, नई ऊंचाइयों की ओर उड़ान भरी। सस्टेनेबिलिटी हो या डिजिटाइजेशन, एविएशन हो या रिफाइनरी, भारत ने अपनी दिशा तय की और हमने भी उस रफ्तार के साथ कदमों से कदम मिलाए। और फिर एक बुलंद आवाज उठी,
हम तैयार हैं।
आज यहां सिर्फ सीमेंट नहीं बनता, यहां कल का भरोसा तैयार होता है। हर बैग में सिर्फ मजबूती नहीं, एक वादा छुपा होता है और हर उस वादे के लिए
हम तैयार बानी।
चाहे फ्लाई ऐश मैनेजमेंट हो या सोलर इरिगेशन, चाहे हस्तकला हो या अन्नदाता के खेत, जब भी देश ने प्रगति की बात की, हमने बार बार सिर्फ एक बात कही,
हमें प्रस्तुत आछो।
आज मैं वहीं खड़ा हूं जहां से ये सब शुरू हुआ, उसी पहली नींव पर जो कहती है, दालमिया भारत हमेशा तैयार है। भारत के हर सपने के साथ कदमों से कदम मिलाने के लिए, कल, आज और हमेशा। क्योंकि जहां सपने हैं, वहां मैं हूं। मैं हूं दालमिया सीमेंट। इतिहास के हर पन्ने की शुरुआत होती है सपनों से। सपने जो सिर्फ आंखों में नहीं होते, वो मिट्टी में, मेहनत में, नींव में होते हैं। आज हम उसी नए कल की नींव रख रहे हैं जिसके लिए हम तैयार हैं। जिस तरह हम हमेशा तैयार रहे उन सपनों की नींव के लिए जो सालों पहले रखी गई। जब भारत आजाद हुआ, सबने एक साथ कहा, अब सपनों को सच करना है। और दालमिया भारत ने कहा,
हम तैयार हैं।
फिर 1948 में महानदी को दिशा देने की बात हुई। जब भारत को हीराकुड़ की नींव चाहिए थी, हमने फिर कहा,
हम तैयार हैं।
हर वो सपना जो भारत के कल को आकार देने वाला था, सफर को आसान बनाने से लेकर नए रास्तों को खोलना, विद्यासागर सेतु, गांधी सेतु, धामरा पोर्ट जैसी जिम्मेदारियां हमारे कंधों पे आई और हम तैयार रहे उसे उठाने के लिए। आगे की ओर कदम बढ़ते चले, नए सपने देखे गए। जब इंडियन स्कूल ऑफ माइंस, नालको, रोरकेला स्टील प्लांट जैसे उद्योगों की निर्माण की बात हुई, तब हमेशा की तरह हमने कहा, सालों साल, पीढ़ी दर पीढ़ी हम भारत को नई ऊंचाई तक पहुंचाते रहे। देश ने कहा, नए जमाने की सोच चाहिए, हर मोड़ पे भरोसा चाहिए। हमने हर बार कहा,
आमरा प्रस्तुत आछे।
नए युग के भारत ने आने वाली कल की रफ्तार पकड़ी, नए तकनीकों को अपनाया, नई ऊंचाइयों की ओर उड़ान भरी। सस्टेनेबिलिटी हो या डिजिटाइजेशन, एविएशन हो या रिफाइनरी, भारत ने अपनी दिशा तय की और हमने भी उस रफ्तार के साथ कदमों से कदम मिलाए। और फिर एक बुलंद आवाज उठी,
हम तैयार हैं।
आज यहां सिर्फ सीमेंट नहीं बनता, यहां कल का भरोसा तैयार होता है। हर बैग में सिर्फ मजबूती नहीं, एक वादा छुपा होता है और हर उस वादे के लिए
हम तैयार बानी।
चाहे फ्लाई ऐश मैनेजमेंट हो या सोलर इरिगेशन, चाहे हस्तकला हो या अन्नदाता के खेत, जब भी देश ने प्रगति की बात की, हमने बार बार सिर्फ एक बात कही,
हमें प्रस्तुत आछो।
आज मैं वहीं खड़ा हूं जहां से ये सब शुरू हुआ, उसी पहली नींव पर जो कहती है, दालमिया भारत हमेशा तैयार है। भारत के हर सपने के साथ कदमों से कदम मिलाने के लिए, कल, आज और हमेशा। क्योंकि जहां सपने हैं वहां मैं हूं दालमिया सीमेंट। इतिहास के हर पन्ने की शुरुआत होती है सपनों से। सपने जो सिर्फ आंखों में नहीं होते, वो मिट्टी में, मेहनत में, नींव में होते हैं। आज हम उसी नए कल की नींव रख रहे हैं जिसके लिए हम तैयार हैं। जिस तरह हम हमेशा तैयार रहे उन सपनों की नींव के लिए जो सालों पहले रखी गई। जब भारत आजाद हुआ, सबने एक साथ कहा, अब सपनों को सच करना है। और दालमिया भारत ने कहा,
हम तैयार हैं।
फिर 1948 में महानदी को दिशा देने की बात हुई। जब भारत को हीराकुड की नींव चाहिए थी, हमने फिर कहा,
हम तैयार हैं।
हर वो सपना जो भारत के कल को आकार देने वाला था, सफर को आसान बनाने से लेकर नए रास्तों को खोलना, विद्यासागर सेतु, गांधी सेतु, धामरा पोर्ट जैसी जिम्मेदारियां हमारे कंधों पे आई और हम तैयार रहे उसे उठाने के लिए। आगे की ओर कदम बढ़ते चले, नए सपने देखे गए। जब इंडियन स्कूल ऑफ माइंस, नालको, रोरकेला स्टील प्लांट जैसे उद्योगों की निर्माण की बात हुई, तब हमेशा की तरह हमने कहा, सालों साल, पीढ़ी दर पीढ़ी हम भारत को नई ऊंचाई तक पहुंचाते रहे। देश ने कहा, नए जमाने की सोच चाहिए, हर मोड़ पे भरोसा चाहिए। हमने हर बार कहा,
आमरा प्रस्तुत आछे।
नए युग के भारत ने आने वाली कल की रफ्तार पकड़ी, नए तकनीकों को अपनाया, नई ऊंचाइयों की ओर उड़ान भरी। सस्टेनेबिलिटी हो या डिजिटाइजेशन, एविएशन हो या रिफाइनरी, भारत ने अपनी दिशा तय की और हमने भी उस रफ्तार के साथ कदमों से कदम मिलाए। और फिर एक बुलंद आवाज उठी,
हम तैयार हैं।
आज यहां सिर्फ सीमेंट नहीं बनता, यहां कल का भरोसा तैयार होता है। हर बैग में सिर्फ मजबूती नहीं, एक वादा छुपा होता है और हर उस वादे के लिए
हम तैयार बानी।
चाहे फ्लाई ऐश मैनेजमेंट हो या सोलर इरिगेशन, चाहे हस्तकला हो या अन्नदाता के खेत, जब भी देश ने प्रगति की बात की, हमने बार बार सिर्फ एक बात कही,
हमें प्रस्तुत आछो।
आज मैं वहीं खड़ा हूं जहां से ये सब शुरू हुआ, उसी पहली नींव पर जो कहती है, दालमिया भारत हमेशा तैयार है। भारत के हर सपने के साथ कदमों से कदम मिलाने के लिए, कल, आज और हमेशा। क्योंकि जहां सपने हैं वहां मैं हूं दालमिया सीमेंट। इतिहास के हर पन्ने की शुरुआत होती है सपनों से। सपने जो सिर्फ आंखों में नहीं होते, वो मिट्टी में, मेहनत में, नींव में होते हैं। आज हम उसी नए कल की नींव रख रहे हैं जिसके लिए हम तैयार हैं। जिस तरह हम हमेशा तैयार रहे उन सपनों की नींव के लिए जो सालों पहले रखी गई। जब भारत आजाद हुआ, सबने एक साथ कहा, अब सपनों को सच करना है। और दालमिया भारत ने कहा,
हम तैयार हैं।
फिर 1948 में महानदी को दिशा देने की बात हुई। जब भारत को हीराकुड की नींव चाहिए थी, हमने फिर कहा,
हम तैयार हैं।
हर वो सपना जो भारत के कल को आकार देने वाला था, सफर को आसान बनाने से लेकर नए रास्तों को खोलना, विद्यासागर सेतु, गांधी सेतु, धामरा पोर्ट जैसी जिम्मेदारियां हमारे कंधों पे आई और हम तैयार रहे उसे उठाने के लिए। आगे की ओर कदम बढ़ते चले, नए सपने देखे गए। जब इंडियन स्कूल ऑफ माइंस, नालको, रोरकेला स्टील प्लांट जैसे उद्योगों की निर्माण की बात हुई, तब हमेशा की तरह हमने कहा, सालों साल, पीढ़ी दर पीढ़ी हम भारत को नई ऊंचाई तक पहुंचाते रहे। देश ने कहा, नए जमाने की सोच चाहिए, हर मोड़ पे भरोसा चाहिए। हमने हर बार कहा,
আমরা প্রস্তুত আছি।
नए युग के भारत ने आने वाली कल की रफ्तार पकड़ी, नए तकनीकों को अपनाया, नई ऊंचाइयों की ओर उड़ान भरी। सस्टेनेबिलिटी हो या डिजिटाइजेशन, एविएशन हो या रिफाइनरी, भारत ने अपनी दिशा तय की और हमने भी उस रफ्तार के साथ कदमों से कदम मिलाए। और फिर एक बुलंद आवाज उठी,
हम तैयार हैं।
आज यहां सिर्फ सीमेंट नहीं बनता, यहां कल का भरोसा तैयार होता है। हर बैग में सिर्फ मजबूती नहीं, एक वादा छुपा होता है।
Over to you, Rajiv sir.
Thank you, Swapnil. Good morning and welcome. I, Rajiv Kumar, Company Secretary and Compliance Officer, will be assisting in conducting the 13th Annual General Meeting of Dalmia Bharat Limited. I extend my heartiest welcome to all the members, directors, auditors, and other dignitaries present at the meeting. This AGM is being held through video conferencing in compliance with the circulars issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. It's my pleasure and privilege to introduce board members present here. Shri Paul Heinz Levin Tobler, Independent Director and Chairman of Audit Committee and Sustainability and Risk Management Committee. Srimati Anuradha Mukherjee, Independent Director and Chairperson of Nomination and Remuneration Committee. Shri Anuj Gulati, Independent Director. Shri Hegreev Khetan, Independent Director. And Shri Gautam Dalmia, Managing Director. I would also like to welcome Shri Mahendra Singhi, Director of Dalmia Cement Bharat Limited, a material subsidiary of the company. I also welcome Shri Dharmendra Tuteja, Chief Financial Officer of the company. Shri Yatin Malhotra, Chief Financial Officer of Dalmia Cement Bharat Limited. Shri Neeraj Goyal, Partner Messrs Walker Chadyuk and Company LLP, Statutory Auditors of the company. Shri Vikas Gera, from Messrs Vikas Gera and Associates, Secretarial Auditors of the company. Ms. Jyoti Sharma of Messrs JVS and Associates Company Secretaries, Scrutinizer for this meeting. I would further like to inform that the Chairman of the Board, Shri Yadu Hari Dalmia Ji, could not attend this meeting. However, he has conveyed his regards and best wishes to all the members and other stakeholders attending this meeting. It is further informed that the chairperson of the Audit Committee, Nomination and Revision Committee are present, and a member of Stakeholder Relationship Committee duly authorized is also present at this meeting. In terms of Article 95 of the Articles of Association of the company, in the absence of the chairman of the board, the directors present at this meeting can elect one of them as the chairperson for this meeting. I therefore request the directors present at this meeting to elect one of them as the chairperson for this AGM. May I request the directors to propose and second name of a director for the chairman of the meeting?
I propose the name of Shri Gautam Dalmia.
I second that. I accept.
So do I take the consent of all the directors?
Yes.
Those in favor can raise their hands. Okay, thank you. So all the directors present at this meeting have elected Shri Gautam Dalmia as the chairperson of this meeting. I request Shri Gautam Dalmia to take the chair. With the permission of the chair, I will now briefly inform the participants about certain important points regarding participation and voting at this annual general meeting. Members attending the AGM through VC will be counted as present for the purpose of quorum. In order to ensure an orderly conduct of the meeting and to avoid any disturbance, all members present at this meeting have been placed on mute mode. Only those members who have registered as speakers will be allowed to speak and raise questions. Members who could not previously register themselves as speakers during speaker registration window and have queries may send their queries through email at corp.sec@dalmiabharat.com post conclusion of this annual general meeting, which will be responded by the company through email. All documents referred to in the notice of this annual general meeting, along with the statutory registers required for inspection as per the Companies Act 2013, are available for electronic inspection. Srimati Jyoti Sharma of Messrs. JBS and Associates, practicing company secretary, is scrutinizer for this annual general meeting. She will scrutinize the votes cast at the meeting and through remote e-voting and will submit her consolidated voting report. The result of the e-voting and the consolidated voting report will be announced by uploading the same on the websites of the company, NSDL, and stock exchanges. The requisite quorum of members is present. I now request Chairman Sir to conduct the meeting. Chairman Sir.
Thank you, Rajiv. A very warm welcome to our esteemed shareholders, members of the board, colleagues, partners, and distinguished guests to our 13th annual general meeting. At Dalmia Bharat, we always believe that growth is not defined solely by what we build, but by the enduring value we create. For more than 8 decades, the journey of Dalmia Bharat has been strongly linked to the rise of our beloved nation, contributing to landmark infrastructure that has shaped its progress. From enabling mega infrastructure projects such as the Hirakud Dam, the Vidyasagar Setu, and the new Pamban Bridge, to supporting critical developments such as the Dibang hydropower project and the Sela tunnel in Arunachal Pradesh, we take immense pride that we have been able to contribute somewhat in Bharat's growth journey. Today's Bharat is bolder, faster, and self-confident, marching ahead on various frontiers. And to keep pace with this new Bharat, we too are evolving in the way we think, look, and act. Supportive macro environment. Let me give you an overview of the Indian economy. India continues to be the fastest growing major economy in the world, with real GDP for FY26 standing at 7.7%. This growth momentum was driven by healthy consumption, modest inflation, and strong public infrastructure spending. Landmark structural reforms during the year, such as GST rationalization, further reinforced India's economic resilience. Despite ongoing geopolitical uncertainties, I remain confident that India is well positioned to move steadily towards its vision of Viksit Bharat. This vision is far more than an economic aspiration. It reflects the nation's unwavering commitment to self-reliance, innovation, and inclusive growth, enabling India to emerge as a globally confident, technologically advanced, and economically resilient country, well positioned in an exciting opportunity landscape. As India progresses on its journey towards becoming a developed nation, the demand for capital formation and world-class infrastructure will continue to grow. And cement remains one of the fundamental building blocks of this transformation. With conviction in India's long-term growth story, we are investing to grow alongside the nation. Over FY27 and FY28, as per announced plans, your company will expand its capacity by nearly 35% from 49.5 million tons per annum to 66.7 million tons per annum, positioning Dalmia Bharat as a truly pan-India player. Let me briefly elaborate on the ongoing plans. I'm happy to share that your company has recently acquired the cement undertaking of Jaiprakash Associates, comprising of plants in Rewa, Churk, Chunar, and Sadwa, providing us access to 5.2 million tons per annum cement capacity at an enterprise value of rupees 2,850 crores. This gives us faster access to the new central markets. We have also announced strategic investments of over rupees 6,800 crores to add another 12 million tons per annum cement capacity at Belgaum, Pune, and Kadapa to serve the white spaces in our stronghold south markets, as well as to penetrate deeper into the western markets. Belgaum is at an advanced stage of completion, while the other projects are largely as per planned progress. During the year FY26, we successfully commissioned 3.6 million metric tons per annum clinker line in Assam, which makes your company the largest clinker-bagged cement producer in the Northeast region. Performance driven by discipline. Now let me reflect on our performance during the year gone by, a period where our collective efforts translated the strategic vision into robust outcomes. I'm happy to say that FY26 was a landmark year for your company. This year, the company achieved the highest ever revenue of rupees 14,804 crores with the best ever EBITDA of rupees 3,083 crores, up 28% YOY, and PAT growing 65% to rupees 1,157 crores. The performance was underpinned by record sales volumes of 30 million metric tons, aided by healthy realizations and the company's sustained emphasis on cost leadership. Our balance sheet is our strength, and as we pursue our capacity expansion journey, we would be extremely mindful of continuing to maintain a healthy balance sheet in the future as well. We ended last fiscal at a net debt to EBITDA of 0.46 times, which is well below our comfort level of 2x. Advancing a greener future. Sustainability is not a parallel priority. It is embedded directly into our foundation of how we build, scale, and translate intent into measurable outcomes. Our ambition has moved beyond reducing our footprint to redefining cement's role in a new carbon future. Your company has one of the lowest carbon footprints globally, standing at 466 kgs CO2 per metric ton of cement, reflecting the strength of its long-term sustainability roadmap. During the year, we advanced our transition towards a cleaner energy, increasing our renewable energy consumption share to 46% from 36% last year. This was supported by our increase in operational renewable power capacity by 181 megawatts to 449 megawatts by the end of this fiscal year. Looking ahead. Moving ahead, we remain firmly focused on operational excellence, robust governance, and our steadfast commitment to sustainability. These foundational principles continue to shape our strategic decisions, inspire our people, and strengthen the long-term legacy we aspire to create. Despite the challenges posed by volatile external environment, our emphasis will remain on scaling capacity in a calibrated manner while enhancing ROCE from our existing assets. At the same time, our strategic direction will continue to be guided by a robust balance sheet and disciplined capital allocation. We will also remain committed to the highest standards of corporate governance and fostering a strong organizational culture, which will continue to fortify our efforts as we take Dalmia Bharat from strength to strength. I, on behalf of Puneet, express our gratitude to our shareholders, our esteemed customers, our dedicated employees, and partners for your continued confidence and collaboration. Together, we are not only building for today's demand, but we are proudly building the future of Bharat itself. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Gautamji, we have next Shri Dharmendra Tuteja with the presentation.
With your permission, can we invite Mr. Dharmendra Tuteja to make the presentation on financial and operational performance of the company for the year under review?
Sure. Thank you, sir. Let's go ahead. So your company continues to be the fourth largest cement player with the capacity of 49.5 million at the end of FY26. As Gautamji also said that we achieved our highest net sales of 14,804 crores and highest EBITDA of 3,083 crores. And profit after tax was 1,157 crores and EBITDA per ton was 1,027. And in our ESG journey and sustainability journey, we have increased our RE capacity to about 449 megawatt, which is about 46% of our power mix. And we also have a diverse product range catering to all requirements of the market. And our latest launch was Weather 365 cement. This is our super premium category cement, which is a water repellent cement, and which protects the structures from the extreme weather or high humidity or prolonged monsoons. Next, please. Our sales volume increased last year by about 2%. This low growth was affected by two primary reasons. In the base year, which is FY25, we had 1 quarter of tolling operations through GP plant, which had stopped from July 24. And if that was taken out, the additional impact would have been about 1.5%. And last financial year, FY26, in March 26, we also had an unfortunate shutdown in our Rajgangpur plant, which also affected our sales, because of which the sales turnover is down by about 1.5%. So with these two factors, we could have reached 5%, but currently we stand at 2%. Last year, we increased our net sales realization by about 4%. And as a result, the revenue increased by 6% over the previous year. And we were able to contain the cost while increasing the sales realization, which helped us to improve our EBITDA per ton margins to 25 by about 25% over the previous year. And EBITDA rupees crores increased by about 28% to 3,083 crores. And PAT increased by 65% to 1,157 crores. Next, please. Gross debt stood at 6,752 crores, while net debt was 1,428 crores. And net debt to EBITDA ratio was comfortable at 0.46 times, well below the 2 times threshold as per our capital allocation framework. Next, please. Now we'll cover the capacity and expansion journey. So our history has been categorized into 4 time slots. The first 70 years, which is 39 to 2009 period, we increased our capacity from operations at Dalmia Bharat, Tamil Nadu, as well as the Rellore plant to 6.5 million tons. During this period, OCL India, which we acquired later in 2015, also had set up the plant in Rajgangpur in 1950. Over the next 5 years, we were able to increase the capacity by about 80% to 11.8 million tons. which was primarily contributed by capacity additions at Kadapa, which was a greenfield integrated unit set up there. And also we acquired Calcon Cement and Adhunik Cement in Northeast. Over the next 5 years till 2019, we increased capacity again rapidly by about 125%. And in this phase, we acquired in East OCL India Limited, then Bokaro Cement Plant at Jharkhand, and Kalyanpur Cement Plant at Bihar. We also commissioned the greenfield unit at Belgaum, Karnataka, and we also entered the West region by acquiring Murli Industries. And this time period also had a landmark event of completing corporate restructuring, and we became a single listed entity, prior to which OCL India and Dalmia Bharat both were listed entities. And post this event, only Dalmia Bharat is a listed entity. And over the next 7 years, the expansion pace is much more measured. Over the next 7 years, we increased our capacity by about 85% to 49.5 million, which was primarily because of the expansions, which were brownfield expansions and some debottlenecking projects. And we also set up a greenfield grinding capacity at Satur, Tamil Nadu. In this period, we also laid down our capital allocation framework, which was first in the cement industry. And we also, the board announced treasury policy was also clearly laid down. Next, please. A recent landmark event has been that acquisition of JAL plants, which is the largest acquisition in the Dalmia's history. This acquisition is through business transfer agreement to acquire 5.2 million tons cement capacity in central region, which we have acquired from Jayaprakash Associates Limited. And this has been facilitated by Adani Group, who had acquired JAL under IBC proceedings. The enterprise value for this 5.2 million capacity is 2,850 crores. It was on a slump sale clean slate basis because except for a very specified liabilities of employees, all the other liabilities have been extinguished and money has been paid for the financial creditors. And this project will also have a refurbishment capex of 300 crores, which will be spent over 1 year. And the financing of this acquisition has been done through mix of debt and internal accruals. And with this increase also, we'll be comfortably below the threshold of 2 times of net debt to EBITDA. And we expect to start the commercial production of all these plants in Q2 FY27, though the Chunar plant has recently gone live for commercial production the last week. Efficiency capex, which will improve the cost structure, including the WHRS facilities to be set up, which will have an outlay of about 250 crores. That will be spent over the next 2 years. Next, please. So the journey ahead, if we see that from 49.5 million at the end of FY26, by this year end will be 60.7 million, including the central acquisition plus the Belgaum and Pune capacity, which are planned to be commissioned later during the year. And the next year, Kadapa will get commissioned and will achieve 66.7 million capacity by FY28. So from being a purely east, south and northeast player, we have started moving towards north, entering the western region in a much more dominant way, and also central region. And this is our journey towards being a pan-India player. Clinker capacity also, we plan to increase from 27.1 million in FY26 over 37.6 by Q3 of FY28. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dharmendra ji. I now request Shri Rajiv Kumar, Company Secretary, to take up the agenda of the meeting.
Thank you, sir. Since the notice of the annual general meeting, board's report and auditor's report have already been circulated in advance, with the permission of the shareholders, I propose to take them as read. With permission, I place the business mentioned in the notice of 13th annual general meeting before this meeting. With your permission, I place the business mentioned in the notice of 13th annual general meeting as under. Item number 1, ordinary resolution for receiving and approval of standalone and consolidated financial statements of the company for the year ended 31st March 2026, together with reports of auditors and directors thereon. Item number 2, ordinary resolution for declaration of dividend. Item number 3, ordinary resolution for reappointment of Shri Puneet Yadav Dalmia as director liable to retire by rotation. Item number 4, ordinary resolution for reappointment of Messrs. Walker Chandiok and Company LLP, Chartered Accountants, as statutory auditors of the company for a second term of 5 consecutive years from conclusion of this annual general meeting till the conclusion of 18th annual general meeting of the company. And item number 5, special resolution for approval of raising of funds by the company to the tune of rupees 4,000 crores by issue of securities. Members may please note that voting on the above business is currently open, and all those members who could not cast their votes through remote e-voting may cast their votes until 15 minutes after the conclusion of this annual general meeting. Now we will take up questions from shareholders. The moderator will one by one state the name of the members who have registered themselves as speakers and thereafter shall unmute them respectively to enable them to speak. Queries of all speakers will be heard and shall be responded by the management at the end. Members are also requested to keep their questions brief, precise, and relevant to the agenda of the annual general meeting and not to exceed 2 minutes each. I now request the moderator to unmute the member speakers one by one.
Thank you, Rajiv, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin with the question and answer session. We'll take all questions from the speaker shareholders one by one, and then we will answer the questions. We'll take our first question from speaker number 1, Yashpal Chopra. Mr. Chopra, please accept the prompt that we have sent on your screen. Yes, now you can unmute your microphone and camera both.
Mute. Yeah. Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, Chopra, sir.
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Start my video. Yeah. Myself, Yashpal Chopra, a super senior citizen, shareholder of the company. Yeah, I am very, very much proud of the company over here because this is the company which has just established so many targets that which could not be achieved by any other company. I will just come to that. But first of all, I would like to bless our management, being super senior citizen. I would like to bless our CMD sir, our CFO, our company secretary, and the team around there, and the every person, the man in the organization from the top to the bottom, because for the grand performance of the company, in spite of the disturbed global economy, disturbed global conditions, disturbed supply chain, and still we have just given an excellent performance. There is all-round growth in revenue, PBT, PAT, ROC, EPS, even investor-friendly dividend. So we are very much proud of that, sir. Sir, I shall compliment and I would like to applaud our company secretary and the CFO for giving a grand annual report. And this report has highlighted the thing, even the history as to how the company came up and why we called the company as a Bharat Dalmia. I read that and I was surprised to know that our founder of the company, late Shri Jayadal Dalmia ji, he was the real Indian, and he had done a marvelous job in the name for our Bharat. So that is, we are just calling our company as Bharat Dalmia. You see, the person from north had just gone to south just to visit all that, and he established his Dalmiapuram over there. He established his plant over there. He set up a cement factory over there. And in 1939, the year of my birth, and then after a few years, he was invited by Odisha government just to control this Mahanadi river, which was flooding all the way, doing the havoc, spoiling the life of the agriculturists and all that. And he helped them in construction of the Hirakund Dam. And virtually he became a man of Odisha, and he set up his next plant in Odisha, at Konark Cement Factory. And then, by virtue of his standing in Odisha, he served the entire eastern zone, which was all he was being elected even after coming our getting our independence. There nobody was bothering for the eastern zone at that stage. This man was looking after for the development of eastern zone, and he had done all the grand projects in that. And still, we are proud of to see that the shuttle stadium was constructed over there in Bhubaneswar. Then Bhupen Hazarika Bridge that was constructed in the far off Assam. Then Bisa Munda Hockey Stadium that is in Odisha. Then this glass bridge. Then that in Kanyakumari. And then this Holling airstrip in Arunachal Pradesh. Just see that how bold the person is, how he was just in the habit of taking risky ventures. And at that time, when some of our leaders were just weakening our people over there by this non-violence and satyagraha and all that, and they were thinking that they will get independence for that. They were just befooling the people. At that time, there were some people who was a real Bharati, and they were just fighting for the independence. That this independence we got not as a charity, not by virtue of non-violence and Andolan. We got it because of the compulsion of British government, because they had got weakened in that Second World War, and that was a condition that if they want to survive, they have to leave their dominion on all the all the countries, whether it was Australia, Hong Kong, Singapore, or India, and all that. So they did it under compulsion. And those persons over here who are just butchering our people in the name of non-violence, they became the trustee of the company. And for the last 50 years, in the beginning, first 50 years, they did nothing for the company, virtually. And you see that there's a small, just an ordinary person. He was just thinking that much for the country. He has done such a lot of things. Yeah. And now our company is one of the fourth biggest company for the cement supplying over there. So we are very, very much proud of the strong foundation laid down by our founder, Shri Jayadayal Dalmia ji. And so even the new figures which have been added, which generally people don't know, even the Ram Janambhoomi and Krishna Janambhoomi, these cases are fought by the Dalmia family because they are the real virtual Hindus. They fought for this and they achieved. This is a very big thing. So we
Mr.
have
Yashpal Chopra,
to just worship them. So
sorry to interrupt,
before I
sir.
wind up, I would like to bless our management. I would like to thank our company secretary for getting me a chance to speak. So I am very much proud of and pray God for the positivity for the entire team from the top to the last man in the organization. Best of luck to you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chopra. We are taking a next question from speaker number 2, Himanshu Trivedi. Mr.
Hello.
Trivedi, please go ahead. Yes.
Yeah, audible?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah. Good afternoon, all of you, respected chairman, Yadihari Dalmia, Gautam Dalmia, and other board of directors, sitting employees, myself, Himanshu Trivedi from Gujarat. First of all, I'm thankful to our company secretary, who is be sending the soft, even the hard copy of the AGM notice, well in advance, which is full of information, fact, figure, and place, which is easy to follow, easy to understand. So I'm thankful to you and your entire secretary. Report is nicely prepared. All corporate governance are covered and all parameters are covered in the AGM notice. I have already sent my question and query to the email well in advance with the save the time of AGM and give the opportunity to speak my rest speaker shareholder. I don't have much question because I have full faith on board and they're working. But still I have few questions. What is the market share we have in domestic market? My second query, what will be the profit sharing ratio coming financial year? I wish good luck and bright future for coming financial year. Thank you to allow me to speak. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And cover the next questions, then we can reply to them.
Our next speaker shareholder number 3, Arun Singh Parihar, has registered. However, he has not joined the meeting. We have our next speaker shareholder number 4, Jai Singh Parihar. Mr. Parihar, please unmute your microphone. Yes, please go ahead. Mr. Parihar, please go ahead with your question. We'll wait for the connection from Mr. Parihar. Mr. Parihar, we can hear you. Please go ahead. We don't have a proper connection from Mr. Parihar as well. Chairman sir, we have got their questions on the registration window that they have posted. I'll read out the questions for everyone. So from Mr. Arun Singh Parihar, the question is, I would like to raise a few questions regarding the company's financial performance, income growth during financial year 2025 and 26, and its future business strategy and expansion plans. From Mr. Jai Singh Parihar, we have received a question. He says, I would like to ask a few questions regarding the company's growth, financial performance, income for the financial year 25-26, and the company's future business plans and growth strategy. So, Chairman sir, we are done with the question and answer session. And I would request the company secretary to continue with the further proceedings now.
So thank you. I request our CFO, that Mr. Dalmia Bharat, to answer the queries raised by the shareholders.
Thank you. So first of all, I'll thank Mr. Chopra for his compliments and his blessings. And next was Mr. Trivedi. His query was regarding market share in domestic market. So it's about 6.5 to 7% domestic market. Profit ratio, he also asked. Our EBITDA margin last year has been about 21%. Then Mr. Parihar, as well as second Mr. Jai Singh Parihar, and their questions were about company's financial performance, income growth, future business strategy, etc., including expansion plans. That has been well covered in our presentation. So I hope that must have been answered from the presentation. But besides that, I would also like to supplement that it has been a positive development that there has been some interim deal between USA and Iran, because of which the crude prices have come down, and whatever cost escalations had started are on the verge of now coming down, which will be a positive development for the industry. And the cost impact which started because of this war is going to affect Q1 and Q2, but we're quite confident that we'll be trying to increase the market prices to our customers so that it doesn't affect our margins. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I now request Chairman sir to conclude this meeting with his closing remarks.
Thank you all for attending this AGM. I heartily thank members, my fellow directors, auditors, scrutinizer, and company officials for attending and participating in this AGM through VC. My sincere thanks to our company secretary, Mr. Rajiv Kumar, the technical team, and the company officials for their support in successfully conducting this AGM through audiovisual means. I wish you all a very safe and a prosperous future. Thank you once again, and Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.